Hello, what is up, you guys? My name is Blitzfortune, and welcome back to Changeling Tale! That is right, we're back with this wonderful game, and I just now realized I've still got my freaking sunglasses. I went and helped my mom with some stuff today. When she dropped me off, I left my sunglasses on my person instead of putting them on the desk. So, we're finally back! We're Changeling Tale. I apologize, it has been so... Stop! Hold on. Lord. Yep, there. As we approach delivery, we both see a large bundle of wriggling puppies! The corgis are here, ladies and gentlemen! Oh, shit. We see a large bundle of wriggling puppies in a stone pen by the stables. Not just any puppies, Welsh corgi puppies. Suppress the urge to laugh. It's like a dozen of little Sergeant Stumpies. Their mother spots us and starts to bark. Farmer Glenn is sitting by the barn doors and drinking out of a teacup. He looks up at the commotion. Hey! Oh! I wave to catch his attention, and he makes his way over to us, as if reading my thoughts. Jessie pulls her hand out of her pockets, and she waves too, looking pointedly at me. Her paws are back as hands, thank goodness. No, how goes? What brings you to all out this way on such a glorious day? I look up at the clouds and is he seeing something we don't? We're here for a dog. We'd like to get a herding dog from my sister Marion and her cows. Yes, I noticed the corgis. Do you have anything more intelligent? Hey, now! Good old Sergeant Stumpy was a swell dog. Courageous, too, but none too bright. There was a time he mistook our coffee rations for a pile of his own scraps. I didn't think he'd ever stop zooming around chasing the trench rats. Fastest critter I'd ever seen. Well, apart from Jessie, that is. I was picturing a border collie or a sheltie. Something easily trained. Intelligent? Why, this little fella is the smartest dog in the animal kingdom. Look at him. Just look at this little face. Look at this little face. Look at our little face over there. Look at these little adorable faces. I do. Half are scratching their ears, the other half are asleep. Well, I see someone back around. They're just adorable. Can't argue with that. And for me, they do bring to mind some of the brighter moments of a bleak time. Alright, I've got hogs coming this spring. What do you say, a pig for a dog? A pig? Mr. Campbell, that's a lopsided deal. I'll have meals for weeks. All you'll have is trouble. Aww. As if on cue, the pups begin barking. Aww, this is so cute. Jessie heads to the pen and kneels down to pet them all one by one, no doubt checking the brightest shining star. These pups need good homes. I'll take a side of rib chops when you're good and ready. No hurry at all. Go find your newest, hardest worker. The puppies are excitable and energetic. One takes a quick shine to Jessie, sniffing at her feet and nipping at her ankles. Do they have names yet? Nay! The task is left for the lucky owner. I keep changing his voice. Aww. Jessie holds the puppy aloft with its fluffy golden coat. It looks like a loaf of fur bread. Cute puppos. This is the one. Aww. That's one. Lady knows the canines. If she says that's the one, then that's the pup is the pick of the litter. Ouch, jeez. It's all yours. Should be easy to train. Set it up with the herd as soon as you can. The instincts will kick in no time. Jessie sets the dog down and starts chasing its own, well, it doesn't have a tail, but it kind of spins chasing its own nub. A real genius. Oh, it's just the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life. I step into the pen to get a closer look at the little ball of fuzz. All the while, the dog gallops along right under Jesse's feet. You really do seem to be quite spare. I hope it bonds with Marion as much as it seems to be bonding with my ankles. The pup nips at her lower legs and seems to take interest in her sniffing her posterior. I say I try not to dwell on until I notice. Oh. Your tail, Jesse. Tuck it away. Oh? I watch the appendage shrink away in the blink of an eye. I'm left wondering how much excitement will trigger the next accidental swoosh of a tail. Name him Captain Nubbins. I mean, I doubt that. They probably already got random. Jesse gathers up the squirming dog, and we pay our thanks to Mr. Glenn. "'Tis no worries, Mr. Campbell and Miss McLeod. At least I can do for a returning hero. Would have served myself if it weren't for the leg." He taps his left calf with his cane, and we hear a hollow sound of wood. "Oh my, I'm so sorry, Mr. Glenn. I'd forgotten he lost his leg as a child." "No, sir. No need to call anyone heroes around these parts. We've all been through enough to call each other heroes. That I swear." Bye. I avoid further discussion of military service by taking Jessie by the arm, waving toward Glenn, and making our way back down the road towards our homes. Oh, Marion! When we get back, we find Marion whistling while scrubbing dishes. The house is warm and smells like cinnamon. Marion! Don't Bah! Cries, you scared me. Don't sneak up on me, Jessie. We have a surprise for you. Me? What? Jessie takes the puppy from me and holds it aloft in front of her sister. The dog has gotten sleepy during the last few minutes of our journey. It looks like a fuzzy potato in Jessie's outstretched hands. Oh, my good Lord! For a moment, I worry that Marion may balk at having a new mouth to feed and a little soul to care for. But she wears her heart on her sleeve, and we can clearly see it's melting from here. Jessie and I laugh. Marion puts her hands out to take the dog, then pulls them back to her apron. Really? For me? I don't understand. For you. It's for herding your cattle. Well, not it. He's a boy. You can name him whatever you want. I can't believe it. I'm covering up Jessie's beautiful face. Here, take him. Oh, he's so cute. Marion accepts the wheezing potato and cradles it in her arms. Like a scene out of a moving picture, Marion cries right on cue. I can't believe. She struggles to speak through her sobs. "Oh, Jessie, thank you so much. Malcolm, thank you. I don't know what to say." Seeing her so thrilled warms my heart. The dog is more than a dog. It's her new friend and companion. The two of them are beyond adorable. What should I call it? Whatever you like. It looks like a loaf of bread. Oh, please call him Mead. Why don't you call it bread? I'll get confused. It'll get confused when you're baking. Crusty? Oh, crusty? Sourdough? Oatmeal? Pup yawns. Flaky? Butter? Toast! Toast? The dog barks and starts to wriggle. Yes, toast. The dog seems as dumb as rocks, but I can't get over how in love Marion has fallen for the fluffy animal. I know the feeling. Oh, God, that's funny. Oh, hello, everybody. Marion picks up Toast, and we follow her outside. She sets him down near the herd. Let's see what he can do. Oh, God. Well, what can we do to mark his territory? Chase his tail nub and bark a lot? Come on, champ. I'll show you how it's done. Wait, Now? That's such a good shot! Thankfully, Jessie stays human and proceeds to jog in circles around the cows, who remain nonplussed. Toast runs around following Jessie, taking breaks to sniff the grass and bark at nothing. Oh my, you two are so cute. Unfortunately, after a few spins around the herd, the cows do take to notice of Jessie. They begin to follow her lead. A couple more rounds, and Toast seems to be aware of his own instincts too. He nips at the biggest cow's heels, which gets her moving toward the pen. Good boy, Toast. It's a spectacle, alright, but it's also nice to see Jessie being so playful, so alive. I've been worrying about her safety and mine so much that I've little time to think about us. This is what I love about her joy, her spirit. She is fearless and brave. Maybe everything I've forgotten how to be. Everything I need back in my life. Who knew having a werewolf for a girlfriend would force me to re-examine my life choices? Oh, my own choices, my own life. I know who I am with her. Who am I without her? That's the question, my friend. That is the question indeed. Okay, pardon me on that one. I always come back to saying one of the things that What and the Changeling Tale team have told me is they wish they could put more budget into the animations. But as you saw from that little transition there, this little right here, I mean, from the waves of grass and stuff through the deal to just transitioning something over with a still image, that still follows through with what you're wanting. Technically, it's a simplistic animation, but that's still an animation, and it's really good. It's done really well. So you guys, you're doing fantastic. I can't say it enough, and I cannot thank them enough for letting me play this game and keep me updated on it. That is just an amazing feat in myself. And if I would never have just found this just randomly on itch.io, then I never would have ever played through any of this game and would not experience the joys of it, and I would not be showing this joys to all you wonderful people out there. So I'm going to stop getting gushy about how these guys are amazing and get back to the story. Toast has managed to wrangle the entire herd into the pen with a little help from Jessie. Jessie closes the latch and Toast runs after her. What a wonderful dog. Oh, see, exactly like that. Toast jumps back into Marion's arms, and the two of them share another cuddle session. Jessie sidles up to me, and I wrap my arm around her. Thank you both, a million times over. It'll be nice to have some more help on the farm, and a new friend. Both Marion and her dog make moon eyes toward each other. You deserve it, Marion. Hopefully it'll be one less thing to think about at the end of the day. Malcolm could even build him a pen if you like. Pardon. You're running up on me again, my dear. I don't think I'll actually discuss that with me. Couldn't you, Malcolm? Oh, no. He'll be sleeping in bed right next to me. Won't you, fella? Hey, Grace. Pat, 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 pat. What's all the commotion? Grace, we have a dog. Oh, wow. Jesse, you told her. Oh, wow, Jesse, you told her? Jesse's eyes get huge. No, Grace. Look. Marion presents Toast, and Grace scrunches her nose. Wait, a real dog? What other kind of dog is there, silly? Well, Grace, what? Let's focus on the dog at hand, shall we? Of course, Malcolm. I don't see any other dogs here. While I enjoyed our time together, it's getting to be high time to beat a hasty retreat. Thanks, Grace. Malcolm and I should get going. I need to help him feed the horse. Jesse must be reading my mind. Wait, that's not something werewolves can do, is it? I need to read Bards again. I won't keep you two. I hear that feeding Hazel is a lengthy endeavor. Marion! Knowing Jessie, it'll take her all night to make sure she's satisfied. Grace! The horse. Takes a lot to please her. All I meant. Hey, down girl. Jessie lunges at Grace and tears off chase her sister down the road. I didn't think anyone could catch Jessie in a race, but apparently fleet feet run in the family. Then again, Jessie is holding back, using only two of her feet. I shrug helplessly to Marion, who returns a gesture as if to say, see what I deal with every day. Go on, you'd best catch her before she runs halfway to Strathcairn. Alright, I'll be seeing you. And take good care of your new mama toast. I doff my cap and run down the road to catch my runaway girl. Jessie, get your ass back here! Damn it! Of course, we're back to Wolfie fineness here. I'm eventually able to talk Jessie into leaving Grace be and hustling along back to my house. That is, once I catch up to them. The chase had gone a few furlongs down the road until Jessie dropped to four legs and finally caught her little sister. I found Jessie, the wolf, sitting atop Grace, pinning her to the ground, her honor upheld. Now Jessie... Is that Gran snoring? Now Jessie sits across from me, having just shed her human trappings, once again. Are you going to keep doing this? If I can, sure. Feels natural, like changing out of your clothes. It's no big deal. It's kind of a big deal. Agnes is... Okay, it is Agnes, okay. Agnes is snoring louder than a locomotive. We're safe. I have to agree. Despite the sun still being visible on the horizon, Gran was sound asleep when we arrived. I'm relieved and pleased to have the alone time with Jessie. I'm just impressed by your confidence. Gee, thanks. I'm impressed by your patience dealing with my sisters and that yappy dog. Wait, you or Toast? Oh, stop. Speaking of toast, I'm going to get myself a snack. I sincerely hope she is referring to browned bread and not the morsel-sized puppy. She may look the part of a predator, but she wouldn't hurt a fly. Right? You know, I don't think I've seen Marion that pleased in many years. Getting the pup was a wonderful gesture, Jessie. Truly thoughtful. Everyone deserves a faithful and loving companion. Jessie comes over from the cabinets and nuzzles herself into me. I hold tightly to her and so thankful for her love. She then proceeds to rifle through some paper wrappings and starts gnawing on a piece of beef. Jessie, Gran just went to the butcher. That was for our dinner. She looks at me and shrugs and speaks with her mouth full. I'm hungry. Not even cooked there. Hey, a lot of people like their meat rare. Put my fingers to my temples and close my eyes. What have I gotten myself into? I've asked this many times, I've lost track. You won't rub me without all the quirks, Mr. Campbell. That's so. Well, it's factual, yes. Her unabashed manner brings up the conversation I had with Marion earlier. Marion reminded me of the time you knocked out the McAllister's lads at school. Oh, really? That's too funny. What a time. Are we going to go with like a backstory? It's even better! Jessie takes a seat at my feet and rests her head on my legs. Those were the days, eh? He had it coming, you know. No one messes with my sister and gets away with it. I think back to those times in such a hodgepodge of memories. It's hard to say what was real and what I've known just imagined. I've now just imagined. Do you remember Grace bringing handfuls of shells to church and setting them down in the pews, and I've never heard women scream louder. Your grandfather laughed for months over that. Oh, I do. The terror of my mother's face was quite a sight to behold. It brings to mind another adventure. The time we had to rescue Grace. Jesse's eyes grow wide as if replaying the scene. Oh, Malcolm, you don't even know. Marion still won't fill a bathtub to the top. Why did Grace think she could swim the entire loch? Heaven knows. Her eyes went a little dark there. Heaven knows. She was so small. If you and I hadn't jumped into the water with Marion, she'd have floated halfway to China overnight. That's a scamp. Always has been. Always will be, huh? Her face breaks into a different smile, perhaps a bit more sinister. I also have a very distinct memory of stealing Father's whiskey and taking it to the shore. Was I there for that? I don't recall it. That is something I definitely would. Jessie's face drops. Oh, I guess you'd left town by then. I don't know if she's about to drop the subject or continue. Just know that every good time we all had while you were gone, there were many more that weren't as tolerable. I understand. Truth be told, I drank back then to silence a lot of voices inside me. Ones telling me I'd never experience. Her voice cracks and she holds tighter to my leg. Experience all that I have now. Oh, Jessie. There's only a freaking second now. She's gonna be freaking naked or something like that. I'm gonna have to freaking do some heavy editing. I expect tears, but none fall. She gathers herself and stands. There's so much I want to say in return, so much I want to share. All the while, I try to ignore the small patch of hair that has gathered on the rug. She unfortunately does spot it. Ugh, I keep shedding. It's so embarrassing. Sorry, let me grab the broom. Oh, no need. I can take care of it. Cleaning up after your pet? Just make sure you don't start marking your territory. Oh, I'll mark any territory I want. As soon as I feel her hands on me, I am a lost cause. How about it, soldier? Are all your men in rank? Oh, my dear, I am entirely at your command. Excellent. Now, how about a taste of that meat? Jessie starts to slide her hand down the front of my shirt, stopping at the top button of my pants. There we go, I knew it. Okay, my body heats through, and I grasp her shoulders. Uh-oh. We're caught off guard by a very soft voice. I knew it. Jessie and I both gasp. I'm afraid Gran might scream or faint, but nothing of the sort happens. All three of us stand there in very awkward silence as we all listen to Jessie pant. I expect her to change back to her human form, but it does not happen. Jessie, is that really you? That is my favorite sprite. She's so fucking cute. Yes. I'm a werewolf, Agnes. No, you're not. My grandmother shakes her head, but it does not appear to be disbelief. You're more than that. Gran takes a step towards Jessie, who hangs her head in submission. Gran pets her head gently and looks ready to cry. I knew there was something off about you, you marvelous creature. You? Malcolm, are you looking at this? A wolf. Jessie. Gran has a sparkle in her eye and a giddiness in her tone that belies her age. I'm frozen in shock. It's the last reaction I would have expected. Never in my age did I ever think I would live to see magic come to life. Here, it's a dream come true. Malcolm, don't just stand there. Put some tea on for our guest. I want the whole story, all of it. Okay, Gran. You might want to go check out what's version 1. He's in the comments. He's in the little comments down below and stuff like that. Just click on the little subscribe button, and then you'll he'll fill you all in. You know, Maggie Teet's good friend, Begona Riley, has fresh fish delivered to her windowsills last week. We all joked about how a wolver must be visiting her home. Even though Gran said she wanted the whole story, her frequent interruptions end up turning our story into her own. It seems Gran will be Gran even under the most unusual circumstances. Bless her soul. Pardon? Fish? Jessie tenses in my grip. She looks a bit sheepish. It's what a wolver is known for, Malcolm. Caring for others in unconventional ways. I have to say that was probably Grace. Oh my! Grace is a wolver too? No, she's definitely not. She's more of a fisher woman than I've ever been. I flash back to reading Bard's description of the common wolver. It was in there, wasn't it? The details about wolvers. Gran must have the whole book memorized. Is that why she is so excited? These fairy tales of her childhood finally proven true? Gran shifts in her seat as if preparing for many questions. What about Marion? Or her? It's just me, Agnes. I'm the lone wolf, I guess you could say. Gran, I'm surprised you're taking this so well. I don't know whether to be shocked or proud. I'm both. 'Tis a great legacy to be part of, Jessie. Now tell me more. Don't skip a detail. I can't wait to tell Begonia. She won't believe it. Realizing that this is a rape, this way Jessie won't need to reveal her secret identity. It will simply be brought up in a casual conversation among the local gossip guild. Gran, you can't share this with anyone. You just said yourself that Jessie can't be seen. Please, respect her privacy. Oh, yes, of course, I know, but someday, you'll share the news, won't you? Well, for now, at least, tell me everything. And we do. With all of us curled up by the fireplace, it's like some odd reversal of the story time we had as children. We sip our tea and nibble on our biscuits, and as Jessie tells tale, she leaves out certain scandalous details, including our romantic excursions and the trauma of a horrific injury. Gran nods almost impatiently, as if waiting for the next part of the tale. It's wonderful not just to have Jessie be seen and accepted, but to see Gran so filled with such genuine awe. After so many sleepless nights about worrying about Jessie, her secret, and what it means for us, it's a reminder to step back and appreciate the hidden magic in the world for what it is. And that's completely true when it comes to a lot of other things. From time to time, Gran punctuates the story with spontaneous outbursts. I can't believe it! You're so brave! And you never knew, you say, even as a child, that you possessed such power, such magic? No, Agnes, it's come as quite a shock, but a bit of a relief now. It's given me a renewed strength. Imagine that, Malcolm, did you hear that? A woman as remarkable as this, even with more strength? Gran makes a tusking sound that echoes more of disbelief than disapproval. Then her face goes white, as if realizing something. The wolf? Bulgaire? They were after you? The whole town? My dear, are you all right? I'm fine so far, Agnes. That's why she needs to keep this a secret. At least until we decide how to handle it. Well, you have nothing to fear in my book. Let them stare. Let them see the beauty and majesty of the Fae right in front of their eyes. What a sight to behold. I keep changing Agnes's voice because for some reason my granny voice is not there today. It's extremely kind of you, Agnes. Gran, it's not as simple as being confident. There's still danger. People aren't used to seeing a wolf woman around here. Not yet, but they had better get used to it. I do appreciate your enthusiasm, Miss Campbell. So, who else knows about this? Your sisters, I presume. Bulgaire? I looked to Jessie to choose her answer. Grace. Not Marion. Not yet. Bulgaire? No. They'll be in for quite a surprise. Gran. Should you choose to tell them, lass, your secret is safe with me. You've done a fine job keeping it hidden thus far. Secrets don't usually last long in this village. Prying eyes, you see. Loose lips sink ships. Miss Alana knows. That old bat? Whatever for? Unless she's a werewolf too. Gran, she's a school teacher. Nothing more. I think she's a witch. Malarkey! She's a witch. I agree with Agnes. I think back to Alana's knowledge, her incantations. Gran may be more right than she knows. But best limit tonight to only one revelation at a time. At least, lest it to be much too much for her poor heart. Go ahead and stop. We'll take away your tea and biscuits. Alana saved my life. No matter what she may or may not be, Agnes, you asked who knew. I'm telling you, just two others. Beyond this, the wall of this room, Grace and Alana, as far as I know. Well, the little girl knows, kinda. Gran sips from her cup and puts on a mischievous grin. Let me tell you some tales. The ones that'll keep you up at night as a wee laugh. Jessie and I exchange a knowing look as we settle in for another round of Gran's stories. She spins yards of werewolves and days of yore. And me uncle, he said that might steal your skeins of wool, but if they'd return in the morning for fresh knit mittens just for you. What? The fisherwoman and seamstresses. If I'm to live up to these tales, I've got a lot to learn. Nonsense! Magnificent creatures, all performing good deeds and still lurking around in the shadows. Or in your case, among the tables of the Stag and Nanny. Gran winks. You're every bit apart, you know. My great-grandfather once told me that he spotted a wolf back in the day of bonny Prince Charlie. And here I am, smack dab in front of me, my old bat. Eating your biscuits, no less. Oh, Agnes, I can't tell you what a relief it is to finally let another person know my secret. Especially someone so understanding. We were fortunate this time. Jessie, you possess a supernatural power. It transcends our world. If I were any younger, I'd be jealous of your beauty and your voice and your tail. Oh, Gran's a furry! Agnes is a furry! Join the fandom, Agnes. Just think what you're capable of. Jessie put her eyes on me, and I sense her wanting to tell my Gran about how I may be involved in all of this. I shake my head ever so softly back and forth. Please don't. Gran doesn't need any more gossip fodder. Ah, yes, I'm no masked avenger. I can't deny, and it's special though. Every sensation is heightened, higher than I can describe. I smell things so keenly, and so far I hear differently. A pin drop startles me even. Each time my paws touch something, it's as if I'm feeling it for the first time. She steals a demure look my way. And you can't simply change at will? You can simply change at will from human to wolf? How very, very special indeed. Well, it's something like that. I tend to believe it's an energy from the people around me that's keeping me from from being a full wolf. Oh, nonsense, you're a werewolf. All the power is firmly rooted in you. Whether or not you harness it has nothing to do with us foolish mortals. Gran, you know she's not immortal, don't you? Gran shrugs. Potato. We know nothing for certain, Malcolm. That's the history of the Fae in a nutshell. You don't have to see something to know it to be true. Gee, where have I heard that before? You think I have the power, all the power I need inside me? Well, possibly. Naturally. I guess you could be right. I've always had someone by my side, leading me back into my human form. Maybe I don't need anyone. Oh, don't mishear me. Everyone needs someone. Gran looks pointedly at me. It's good to have help, you know, now and again. But this spirit you have, Jessie, it's yours alone. Embrace it. I do believe my grandmother is inadvertently tempting my girlfriend into trying her hand at transforming without me, or anyone else around. I don't want to think about the consequence. I also don't dare, Jessie, that what she can or can't do anymore. Love is confusing. Love mixed with transformations is something completely inexplicable. No, I don't picture myself at the pub talking women problems with Bulgaria anytime soon. Meanwhile, a look of hope spreads across Jessie's canine features. Agnes, if I'm to be able to control myself, I could live anywhere, right? Oh, my dear, you're talking about the city, aren't you? Everyone knows how desperately I want out of here. Please, take no disrespect. This town just has a little to offer a talented young woman. Something like that. Gran look of sympathy turns to one of pity. You can't leave Agnikrish now, Jessie. Don't you see? You're meant to be here. You're one of the Fae, returning after so many years. She speaks with a conviction of a preacher. Can't or shouldn't? Absolutely can't! None of your abilities to change will work outside the village, and that's a fact. Sounds like a grand fact to me, but I hold my tongue. Jessie does not. What are you saying? That can't be. Can't. That won't be bound here. I sense that this conversation is taking a turn for the worst. Save here. Boink. Escape. Alright. Keep mom. Try to calm the situation. Question. Try to calm the situation. Jessie, let's focus on right now. Remember, we've decided to take this day by day. Fucking figures. Day by day? What then? Month by month? Year after year? Malcolm, this place isn't for me. It will never be. I made that rhyme by accident. Stay calm, Jessie. Think about what you have now. I'm so sick of tired people telling me to stay calm. Oh my god. I'm sick of being told what I should do. You especially, Malcolm. I thought you supported me. I do. No better than do anything but placate her. Now is not the time for arguments. Gran can't see us at our worst. Jessie, dear, I'm sorry. I truly am. I've always been taught that our choices aren't always ours to decide. Sometimes we must accept that there's a plan and a decision maker above who guides us, i.e. the player. Jessie's expression screams that she must accept no such thing. But don't fret, lass. You're a magical being. 'Tis the greatest gift of the Highlands. Doesn't matter what I am if I'm not free to be who I want to be. She's being overdramatic, but it's also true. If you can't be free, what good is living your own life? Now, that's a good topic, but I'm not going to cover that topic. I don't know what to say next. Gran cuts through the tension in the room with a brutal honesty. You're right, Jessie. You need your freedom, and Malcolm needs a wife who will love him as much as she loves herself. Someone who puts his needs equal to her own. Gran, this is not the time. Agnes, I don't know where that came from. Who you think I am. I love Malcolm. I cherish him. How I live my life has nothing to do with our relationship. It has everything to do with it. I'm not judging you, Jessie, though I no doubt it will be sound that way. Your life is now even grander than it was before. How you choose to live with it determines everything. Until you see that, you will never be ready to be in love. Jessie's jaw nearly hits the floor. I see Gran blink as if waiting for Jessie's response. Jessie sits steadfast. Instead, I clear my throat, preparing once again to appease my Gran. There's no need. The old mare has to have the last word. I've had a very eventful evening. I need to sleep. Yes, I think that's the best. I have no idea what's going on here. Just give me a kiss. Aww. Gran offers us both gentle embraces, then toddles toward bed. Jessie, be yourself. Don't change for anyone else. But never believe in the false hope you've created for yourself. I love you. While my hackles are still up, Jessie appears so softer. I'm sorry, Agnes. I didn't mean to be so rude. Oh, thank you. It is I who owes you the apology, Jessie. I have no right to speak out of turn. My emotions and my pride got the better of me. For that, I am truly sorry. I can't find my granny voice. Thank you. I do empathize with letting one's response getting a little out of hand. They share a look of understanding that is amiable, if not warm. I'll see you two in the morning, I suppose, eh? Gran, we can... Please, have tea ready for me, and no sleeping past sunrise. Jessie cracks a smile, and I know that she and Gran will work towards a mutual forgiveness over time. I'm going to sit here, drink my pib, and go, what just happened? Jessie, what just happened? Jessie seems breathless. She clutches her chest. I don't know exactly. I'm just thankful Jessie did not go big bad wolf on my Gran. I say as much and not in so many words. Yes, well, I felt the anger bubbling. I didn't even want to start with your grandmother's judgments of me. Let's call them assessments. The anger built and built like boiling lava in my veins, but then I knew instinctively it wasn't anger, it was shame. Jessie, there's nothing to be ashamed of. I know, but she hit on some real fears of mine. I don't want to talk about it. Either way, I knew it wasn't worth it. I couldn't do it. My body and my mind knew to stay tame. I had not realized we'd come so close to the tipping point. She had let none of it show. That is definite relief. I suppose we ought to hold off talking about anything she mentioned. For one more night at least. Thank you. Transition. I love that transition. Every game I play, that is one of my favorite transitions of all time. And it's just so subtle and so nice. It's just nice. Jessie's gone when I awake. A knot forms in my stomach. Luckily, instead of an abandoned dress on the floor, she left a note behind on the pillow. Good morning, my love. I thought it best to head home early. I didn't want to wake you. Meet me after work on our hill as always. Love, Jessie. Mwah. I'll be there. I know I will, because I'm almost addicted to her presence. I need to be around her. It's a craving I never want sated. Stated, bladed. I don't know. Cowards. I dress and I make Gran's tea as requested. The teapot is full of hot water and dry leaves when she comes from her room. Did you make scones as well? Hey, I got a new glossary event. Good morning, Gran. We have some muffins that Marion sent over with Jessie. I can heat and butter one for you. Oh, that Marion, always thinking of others. Gran winks and I roll my eyes directly at her. I have no words. Good thing I do. Sit down, Malcolm. Oh, fuck. I oblige. Yes, Gran, what is it? I do apologize again for last night. I won't speak of it again except to mention one thing. And what is that? I keep hearing the last thing your father said before he left for good. I'll repeat it in my head all night. He held 2 suitcases in his hands. It was, well, truthfully, it was the same as seeing you off for service. Plainly stated, I didn't know if I'd see either of you ever again. I pour our tea and blow out into the hot liquid in my... Wait, hold on, let me try it again. I pour our tea and blow into the hot liquid in my cup. My stomach is in knots over a lot of things, and I know this story will make it worse. Still, I'm anxious to hear what my father had to say. He said, I hope you understand this one day. I hope you understand one day. That's all. Understand the decision to leave? I suppose so. I didn't ask. He followed your mother out the front door and never looked back. How odd. Do you remember what you said when you left to go overseas? I do. My heart sinks when I realize my grandmother's point. I told you I would see you soon. Then you told me I love you. Aww. We sip our tea and nibble on our breakfast. You don't think they'll ever come back? Never. And I don't blame her or him. Neither one. Not anymore, at least. It was a mutual decision, just one that broke my heart. I held on to so many horrible feelings, emotions, I needed to let go of years and years ago. She's blushing. Now that you're here, I want to blame her. My mother? Jessie. Oh, Gran. I can't, and I shan't anymore. Because I know you love me, and I know you two love each other. I'm just going to go back to my voice for Gran, because for some reason my Agnes voice is gone today. I stick to my promise to never abandon you. Please don't. Do whatever you need to do as a couple. I will understand. I've learned to understand, or rather, I'm in the process of learning. It's hard to teach an old dog new tricks. Oh, Gran, it's hard to teach a new dog old tricks, for that matter. I chuckle lightly, trying to restore some levity to the conversation. As I clear our dishes, I don't want to appease Gran with platitudes. I want to show her with my actions that I'm here to stay. But being honest with myself, here I am preparing my grandmother for yet another goodbye. Even I can't reconcile what that must feel like. Jess and I will always be here for you, whether you like it or not. The teasing does nothing but upset her more. No lies, Malcolm. Please, just assure me that I will be safe. Perhaps I can live with Marion. Maybe the pastor can find me a suitable housing. You're jumping the gun, Gran? Let me speak with Jessie. She and I still have a lot to figure out. Am I keeping her temper in check? Gran cracks a smile, but I cringe. Oh, that's one thing. I'm going to see her this evening. You and I can chat again tomorrow. Alright, today's a busy day after all. Marion's taking me to a church picnic, and afterwards... Oh, that's right! This all goes in the same sequence. Today's the picnic. That's right. Afterwards, I need to catch up on my cereals. Okay. Cereals? Yes! Jessie brought up some romance stories and magazines. I'm at least 2 months behind. Oh, okay. I laugh. That is some reading that's bound to teach Gran some new tricks. I'll leave you to your cronies and your stories, then, and see you for dinner. Got us a nice cut of beef from the butcher. Perhaps we can enjoy it tonight. I don't have the heart to tell Gran it's already been enjoyed. I hug her gently and go outside to begin my day. That's a real easy deal. Just go buy another steak, if it's possible. Feels good to relax my muscles as I sit on the grass waiting for Jessie to finish her shift. I made good progress today. The garden patch has been weeded, the animals tended, and the capped day off. The hog pen is done and ready to receive its tenants. It's all starting to come together. But tonight, more than ever, I'm beginning to wonder just what it is. Is it labor of love to build a place I can finally call home? Or is it just something a while away the hours and dim distraction in between bright moments with my shining star of a girl? I don't know, but perhaps the answer is running up the hill towards me. My muscles tense again. Last night didn't exactly end on a high note. How's Jessie handling it? As she gets closer, I can make out her face. Her tail is wagging, and she's wearing a smile larger than I've ever seen. Malcolm, it's a miracle. What is this wolf? Jessie almost knocks me flat on my back in her excitement. I'm at a loss to even guess what is happening. Tell me. It's Walter? He's coming. Walter White? What? Who's Walter? Walter? Walter who? Wondrous Walter from the Vaudevillian. Oh, God. The man with the monkey? I don't understand. The way he played his trumpet upon the penny farthing screeches into my mind unbidden. Why would she care about that clown? Not just the monkey, Malcolm. A traveling show. He brings in hundreds of people now. He's traveling to America. He performed for the president. Wait, are you sure you're talking about the same, Walter? Yes, he was at church picnic today. He spoke with Marion. Took quite a shine to her. Bulgaire told me. She told him, Walter that is, about my act. And? Walter's coming tomorrow to watch it. Bulgaire convinced him to stay the night in the Stag and Annie and see me sing, and this could be my big break, Malcolm. This is it. Bum, bum, bum. What's the monkey? Silly, it's not about the monkey. Oh, isn't it marvelous? Jessie stares into my eyes as if lost in the moving picture fantasy. Wondrous Walter. Wondrous indeed. You sound excited. I'm still taking it in. I don't know. He was such a star. Oh yes, this month's Mystic magazine interviewed him, and he told about his escapades. Did you know he's been to the Galapagos? How wild is that? That is quite wild. Can you even... Will you get off the monkey? Can you even bring a monkey there? Malcolm, if he likes my act, I could be packed and living in Glasgow by the end of the month. Maybe by the end of the week. Oh, glorious day. It's a sign. Sign from whom? From the heavens. The stars have aligned. That is my moment. I really want to share your excitement. I do. This is just so fast, so sudden. Jessie stares at me and is finding it hard to digest the truth in my hesitance. You don't want to come to the city with me, do you? I thought we'd put that idea on the shelf at least for a little while. It's been a while. I need to seize this opportunity. It could be once in a lifetime. I'm sure if he likes you, then you can move any time you want. He'll wait. It would be worth it for him. That's not the point. I don't want to wait. I've already waited years. But no, I want to make us happy. This will help. I know it will. And please don't chastise me like your grandmother did. Malcolm, this means too much to me. Give me a choice. This would be a good choice-based spot. I want to. I really do. But what's the point? If I tell her she's being selfish, she already knows it anyway, and she doesn't seem to care. What voice do I have in the matter, and why do I want to use it? Jessie, you're entitled to chase your dreams and put yourself first, but no buts. I won't stand for it. It's going to put a lot of strain on us, on our families. Thinking of both of us, all of us, you're talking about emotional strain. Just think for 1 second. Think about all of our financial strains. Gone in a matter of days. I do, and it's unfathomable. Can't promise that. But Walter can. I have him draw up a contract, payment up front. Thought about this already, haven't you? Not just thought, dreamed, fantasized. You know it's not just about the money for me, but the safety it would guarantee us just from singing and shaking myself about. Can't you imagine that? Your grand, my sisters, never pinching for pennies again, never worrying about losing their homes or wanting food. Maybe Grace could even quit jumping into the lock to catch dinner. Well, I doubt that. Either way, it would be miraculous. Please let there be a choice. Please let there be a choice. Jessie's voice lowers and she sounds so sincere, so serene, almost somber. I want desperately to be with you. I just don't know how to explain that I want this nearly as much. Nothing is permanent. If we don't thrive together away from here, we can return. Exactly. I recall Grand's story of my parents leaving this small town. Can they return? Could Jessie and I truly do that? Would she abandon her dreams if everything goes downhill? Truthfully, in my heart, I see that she knows love by opening herself up to me, by having made herself already so vulnerable. I want to take this as a leap of faith with her, to be by my side and offer my support. What else is she holding back? or is holding her bag. What about your... I boop her on the snoot. Not a problem. I know myself. I can control it. It's easy as changing clothes now. Your Grand's wrong. The magic isn't part of the village. It's part of me. Everything will work out fine. Who's she trying to convince, me or herself? Doesn't matter. As Jessie holds me, I have to be honest with her and myself. This isn't just about my fear of losing control of herself. I don't want you to go. That was a good choice, Space. Peace. I know, but I don't understand why. You do understand. You're just trying to convince me otherwise. You would come with me and live the high life, be my manager, carry my trunks, make love to me by firelight every evening, and join me for high tea every afternoon and cocktails at night long. You're painting quite the picture. There's a but, isn't there? Jessie's created a perfect imagery word for herself, a word she's concocted for years. She's looking for romance and adventure. Dare I tell her what the world outside this village bubble is really like? The unsavory riffraff, the filth, the poverty and disease. You're dreaming of a fantasy life that might not exist. You're after adventure, spinning a story of pure imagination. You're my adventure too, Malcolm. You're part of my story. But why can't I have other fantasies too? Life isn't about sex and fame. That is completely true, by the way. Then tell me, what is it about? Working on a farm, slaving your life away? For what? Existence? Meager living? Tell me, Malcolm. I'm going to tell her. I'm going to tell her the truth. Because that's what you do in a relationship. Even if it's hurtful, even if it's what they don't want to hear, you truly love somebody, you have got to tell them the truth. You've got to be honest with them. Certain little bits and pieces like, oh, how do I look? And if it don't look good, then yeah, white lie about that to make them feel good. That's fine. But I'd rather tell her the truth. Family, Jessie. It's about family. Honor, dedication. Caring for others, not being selfish. The big city can't give you anything more than you need. You have everything right here. Jessie's scowl indicates that she's not in agreement at all. Besides, aren't you a pack animal now? That was a bad joke, even for me. The joke doesn't go over too well. So you think I'm selfish too? I think that's how you're behaving right now. Yes, even though you have every right to be. I know I'm new to your picture, but you're no longer seeing the whole of it. You, for all of your open-mindedness, are acting so narrow-minded right now. I wish you could see what I see. Jessie opens her mouth to protest, but I continue. However, I also know that living here must feel like a punishment. I don't want to hold you back. She shakes her head, looking around exasperated before once again locking her gaze on me. Malcolm, I have to get out of here. I've been stifled for entirely too long. I've heard the rumors, what the women in town say about me. Harlot, scandalous, tramp. Do you think I want to be to be in a town that sees me that way? I won't stand for it. A couple of aging biddies don't make up the whole town. Think of everyone who cheers you on every night. Even I know my argument is weak. My arguments are weak, but I'm not about to use myself as a pawn. There's no sense in hurting her further. A great deal of me empathizes with her need to run and keep running. Every drunk fellow, you mean? Better good to you, so is Baguette. You said so yourself. I've also said time and time again, I want a fresh start. If you stopped and thought about it for one more second, Malcolm, you would agree. There's something better for you, for us. I know that you want to leave too. I don't. But part of me doesn't know that, or anything, anymore. I've never been this unsure of my own thoughts. Then what do you want? My ears start ringing. What do I want? Do I not know? How could I? I was a child, then a soldier, an immediate transition. But I'm an adult now, free to follow my heart's desires. Gran's words echo in my mind. I've always been taught that our choices were ours to decide, that there's a plan and a decision maker above who guides us. I made it through battle, and I'm just happy to be alive. That's it. Or that was it until Jesse. Now, given all the freedom in the world, I can only think of one thing. I want to be with you. Aww. Jessie puts her head on to my chest. I know, I want to be with you too. But think of us in a better place. We can escape the monotony and backbreaking work. I want Gran to be happy. I could make us so much money, my family, your grandmother, would never want it for anything again. Believe me, I would want that for all of us. I'm sick of living a double life, of retreating home every night like a commoner. I'm tired of needing to be saved. I want to take care of myself. The world doesn't always let us do that. I've been saved as many times over as anyone else. You need other people by your side. You just do. Maybe you do, but I don't. Is that really what this is about? Striking out on your own to make a name for yourself? Of course, that's part of it. I've earned the spotlight. You have it here, Jesse. Do you want to be a big fish in a small pond, or a small fish in a big pond? What makes you think I can't be a big fish anywhere? Because I've seen Glasgow, Paris, London, the glamour and the grime. I think they're all beautiful, but filthy ponds. I'd rather be in a big pond with than a stagnant loch. Nothing changes, at least for the better. We fell in love. They're a werewolf. Those are big changes. She doesn't even pause. I don't have friends. There's nothing to do. No one else understands me except you. That's a good little rhyme. I'm talking to a brick wall, aren't I? Joke all you want. My mind is made up. It's not like you have to worry about my safety. I've already been shot. My lord, now who's joking? Please don't remind me. Nor do I remind her without Alana. Neither of us know whether she would have survived. Malcolm, that night, it's not that I want to bring it up again, but I don't want her to bring it up either, but I let her say her piece. Right before I hit the ground, I had such a vivid moment of clarity. All I could see was your face and how much I wanted to live. I had to live, not just for myself, but for you. I cling to her tighter, rubbing her back, letting her know I'm close. Always, just like I keep saying. If I meant it, wouldn't I just agree with her decisions? Instead, I'm simply disappointed that she won't drop the subject, and at least for the time being. But until when will I ever be ready to commit to another life change like this? As much as I want to keep arguing at this point, I keep my mouth shut. Not for fear of her changing form, but in fear of her words. I don't want her to say that her life will go forward without me. Jessie always takes the lead. I should expect it. Perhaps even be fed up, ready to move on, find someone who is physically and emotionally here for me. Someone with no goals, no aspirations. What a terrific mess that would be. An indifferent couple whose only dreams would be boring homebodies. I've never felt so stuck between a rock and a hard place. Give up on true love for the sake of protecting myself, or follow a wildfire blindly into the forest, or city rather. I don't know if there's any perfect relationship. I only know I want to forge ahead with the bond I've formed. The wildfire I struck a match to. Jessie, the defiant, stubborn, gorgeous, and strong-willed wolf woman. Both of us unwilling to give up control. Me trying to control my own life when I don't even know what I want to do anymore. Come watch me perform tomorrow, please. I love that sprite so much. It's my favorite sprite. I unwrap myself from her and hold her by the hands at arm's length. I steel myself and look into those puppy dog eyes full of hope and determination. I'll try to be there. I would have said I will be there, because I would be there, period. Normally, I'd end out the episode here, but I think it's almost the end, so I'm going to go ahead and go through the rest of this. This will be a longer episode than most, because I'm afraid also that I'll put this down and I'll get so busy with other stuff that I'll forget to come back to it, or it'll be another however many months since I've last played. Of course I go. See? Told you he'd go. Let's make amends to offer support and watch her shine. Cheer her on and see what all the fuss is about. This Walter fellow. Oh God. Is she gonna come out on stage full-blown wolf? Or anthropied? Also, will you stop talking about the frickin' monkey? Oh, he's so up on the monkey. After man, I'm also very interested in seeing this monkey. Pub is already mobbed. I'm glad Gran wanted to stay home to finish her cereal. Female fury. She'd not have stood for standing room only. She'd also be the one been a furious femme to have seen her whisked guild crony Mary McEvans outside protesting the evils of flip-floppers. I'd have given her a piece of my mind myself, if only I could have stopped laughing. Fortunately, inside the Stag and Nanny are Jesse's biggest fans. Pub regulars, friends, and family. I see Grace near the stage and a table filled with Murdoch and his clan from the market, smoking cigars and laughing loudly. Even Alana is here, tucked away in the shadowy corner. I would be actively avoiding her, but it doesn't seem as though she wants to be seen either. Word must have spread quickly as the city entertainer is here for the night, wanting to see Jesse, I know, immediately, who is responsible for the word-of-mouth advertisement. There he is! Ahoy, welcome, ready for the big show! I am. Ready as I'll ever be. God, I blew out the mic doing Bulgar's voice. Bulgar sets 2 pints at the table beside me. Both of you. Hey, I got another glossary. Both of you. Have your fill now. I'll be on stage with your lady love tickling the ivies. Angling for your big break too, sir. Nay. He leans into me. Oh, if this Walter really does recognize good talent, I'd be happy to get a large tip in my jar. Bulgar pinches his fingers together right under my chin. I'm this close to saving up for a neon sign to hang over the door. God. I just about spit out my sip of ale. Neon sign, town center would never look the same. But the glossary. But how exactly would he turn it on? When it comes to Bulgar's elaborate plans, sometimes it's best to simply smile and nod. Best of luck to you, my good man. Why is he blushing? The crowd hushes in a series of low murmurs, and I follow their collective gaze to the door. There's the fucking monkey. I'll be a monkey's uncle. There's a monkey. A goateed man in an oversized cape and a top hat has just entered the pub. A monkey sits proudly on his shoulder. Wondrous Walter. He looks as smarmy as I remember him, but now that unmistakable pose and veneer of someone who made it big. Can't believe it. So he's a real vaudevillian now? What on earth brings him back to our back of beyond? Can't say that. All I know is, after we'd had a few cups, he told me something right peculiar. He said performing all those years ago here at Auchnacash, that was my big break. I stare at Bulgar in disbelief. He shrugs, apparently sharing the sentiment. Life here is full of wee mysteries, me boy. Now, if you'll excuse me. Bulgar tips his cap to me and ushers the snowman to a reserved seat in front of the stage. Oh, showman. Did I say snowman? I'm embarrassed. I expect Bulgar to have some sort of speech prepared to welcome Walter and Miss Martha, but it doesn't come. Instead, the lights go down. The show simply begins. Jessie walks purposely out from the back room, looking dazzling in her red dress, and the space erupts in cheers. I doubt she's ever performed for such a large, spirited audience. She looks over the crowd, smiling. Her eyes scan from left to right, pausing briefly to linger on a man with the monkey. Then our eyes connect. Her whole face brightens, and I know at the moment that tonight she isn't singing for Walter, she's singing for me. She dives right into her first number, the song about the Orient, the one I heard the first night I returned home after so many years away. It's no coincidence. What a welcome that was. What a welcome every moment since has been. Almost screwed that sentence up. Her voice slides out like hot honey pouring out a comb in July. I can't see Walter's face, but judging from the monkey's rhythmic sways, she has us all under her spell. As I watch her, she doesn't seem to revel in the power. She simply relishes the act of performing, or being herself in the spotlight, and being accepting of it. I know her to be a good soul, not just a sultry siren, but full of heart, love, and a healthy backbone. But she comes to a line about two lovers in the moonlight, and I down the rest of my first drink. What I do expect for us, can there ever be an us? Just the two of us? Just the two of us. No opinions, no rules, no judgments, no bursting into a werewolf when she doesn't get her way. I want the world the two of us built to be one of mutual love, respect, and compassion. A word that also has room for her big personality. The image of her up on stage, surrounded by lights and praise, cheers and adoration. That is what is steeped in my mind. Nothing makes her happier. Or am I overthinking? Maybe inside her there's much love for me as there is for her career. There must be. I hope. The next three songs blend into one another. Each reminds of the peace and the sense of home that I felt last time I listened to her sing. The night with Gran and Grace and Toe seems years past. Was it just days ago? Her voice still resonates with longing, punctuating and with deep, low notes that ring in my ears, telling me there's more to life than worrying about what's to come. Be still, these lyrics say, Jesse's soothing voice chants. Be still, Malcolm, there's nothing beyond absorbing the single moment. Hey! As I do, I keep drinking, close my eyes, and picture nothing but my girlfriend's warm body next to me, laying in the cool grass side by side, me relishing the sparkle of her golden eyes. My whole body heats from head to toe, pulsing beneath my clothes. A calm takes over that soothes me though, if only for a few seconds. A shout awakens me out of my dream. What is the meaning of this? Bulgaria is still tapping away at the keys, but Jesse stops singing. The crowd begins to murmur. What are you doing? The voice shouts again. All I can make out is through the shadows in the pub is a tall man in uniform, muscular build. No! He's pushing his way to the stage and disrupting the show. I stand and walk towards him, willing to wrestle him to the ground if need be. Jesse, get off the stage now! The piano stops and the crowd mumbles. I can hear Jesse's voice, but I can't make out what she is saying. Other people are standing too, defending Jessie, and I can no longer see her, just throngs of bodies. Murdoch's voice rings over all of the others. Leave her be! Let her sing! A chorus of agreement rises up out of the group. Muffled yelling continues as I shove my way past, closer to Jessie. If only I had sat by the stage. I make it a few feet into the fray before I hear another shout. Stop it, please! Uh-oh. I look up to the man and has Jessie by the arm, trying to drag her from the stage. Stop! No! I cry out, my voice is lost among the clamor. Sounds of the outrage ring out. demanding that she be allowed to sing. The monkey screeches. I can hardly make out how to reach the stage. Alana forces her way over to me, and we plow through the mob as a team. I hear the voice again. What have you done? Bulgaire, what kind of coarse scheme is this? Sir, you can take your protest outside and settle down, everyone. Bulgaire can't reason with the crowd. It's gotten out of hand. The noise is arguing. The glossary. The noise is arguing of turmoil and death is deafening. Glasses shatter. Grace is sobbing. The monkey's screeching. People are making drunken, preposterous threats. I try to steer Jessie away from the man accosting her. She stands frozen as he demands that she leaves with him. Her eyes are filled with tears. Jessie, come with me! She doesn't budge, and the man locks eyes with me. Alana's voice rises above all the others. Owen, leave her alone. The man lets go of Jessie long enough to raise his hand to Alana. I move to intervene, and Jessie erupts. I knew that was going to happen! Her beastly form is exposed as she postures in defense. The sound of her growl and her dress tearing quashes the commotion. Jessie? Lass! No! The she-wolf bares her teeth and claws at the man just as he takes hold of Alana's arm. She misses him, but I feel a tear at my sleeve. The man is stunned into silence. However, the attack has the opposite effect on the crowd. And there is the fucking... Oh my god, you guys hinted at that in the demo! The pub explodes into panic. Screams fill the room and the mass of people rush toward the exits. A brave, drunken few stand against the beast. They come towards the stage, wielding chairs like some kind of lion tamers. There's a fear in her eyes I can see as she raises her hackles. All of you, get back! Jessie, go! Oh no, Jessie! She lets out a defensive stone. Most of the attackers step away. Down all fours, she leaps out of the pub floor, and the crowd parts, leaving her to run through the open back door. I tried to warn her about it. Oh, the sad howl. Oh. Those who remain are drunk, shaken, and confused. I watch as a few men follow her out, slurring their words and still holding on to their chairs. They'll never catch her. Never. The man who instigated the outburst stands dumbfounded. Alana appears to be soothing him, whispering in his ear and stroking his arm. Walter is long gone. Most of the crowd has disappeared and stumbled out into the night air. This was not the spectacle they were expecting to see. I thought that was a deal you get if you fucked up. But that was just an art form of something you guys were planning? That was awesome. The fray dims, as do the lights. Ern slumped again against the table, barely conscious, unaware if it is the alcohol, the attack, or paralyzing fear. I see a shadow over me. Malcolm! You alright, me boy? I start to nod, though my head throbs with pain. Ow. When I look down at my arm sleeve, bloody from Jessie's claw, I see something that makes my stomach turn. Right before I pass out, I hear Bulgaire's voice shouting. Come! Help him now! Ow. And I see what Jessie has left behind. Ow! Jessie, babe, that hurt. Uno. I knew it. It simply isn't possible for everyone's dreams to come true. My dreams were never enough to overcome my fate, especially when someone else's dreams outshine mine, dimming my hope and vision. I couldn't outwit destiny with my imagination. When my fantasies grew to be at odds with the reality, how quickly everything falls apart. Or perhaps I just never dreamt hard enough. To be continued. Oh! Owen! Her father. Owen's her father. Oh! I did it. I got through it. And it's only illustrations by Little Napoleon and what? And what's up? Those guys are amazing. Music by Cheesy. You guys are amazing! Transfer 'em. Guest composer. Coded by Little Napoleon. Oh, you're all amazing. I love you all to pieces. Vixie! Thanks for playing. Okay. Malcolm will return. Oh, that ended so weird, but it was so good. Could that have changed? Or was that... That was really cool. But that does it for Jesse's chapter... What chapter was that again? Chapter 3, yeah. That does it for Jesse's chapter 3. I think they're working on Grace's chapter 3 next. Yeah, they're working on Jesse's chapter 3 next. So, or not Jesse, Grace's next chapter 3. And then they'll work on probably, I think, they decided on Marion's final chapter? I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and end this episode here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode of Changeling Tale. This is not the end of the game. This is the end of this chapter. So I will get back on with the Discord and let everyone know that this game is amazing and stuff like that. You guys can find Little Napoleon in the description down below. Feel free to go check him out. I'm going to link the itch.io page so if you guys want to check out this amazing game yourself, you can go on there. You can pop up to his Patreon and support these guys because they're amazing. They help them out. We can see this game all the way to completion and see how this amazing, wonderful game turns out. All that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next video. Hey, and peace out. Ciao!